Alright, so let's start the cast now. So yeah, welcome. This is the first group stage match in the TM Masters 2013 team tournament. It's the first group stage match for Team Acer because we skipped the first group stage phase the week before because we played the CPS final. But yeah, we will be playing versus Team Lucky Sevens from Czech Republic. And yeah, let's just go through the division first here. So as you can see, Pro Team and IGN won their first matches the first week, and then we were the only team that skipped the match, so we are still at 0 points. And Lucky Sevens lost last week. I'm not sure who they lost against, but either Pro Team or IGN. So it's still very early in the group stage phase here. So yeah, let's go in game. And seems like Lucky Sevens are still at 3 players. So let's just try to organize this. And we can start the match. And yeah, just be aware that I don't know these maps at all, so I can't really say much about them. But yeah, we'll see as the match goes on. I'm sure I'll pick up some things about the maps. Let's see here. Alright, seems like we're ready. Hard to try to organize the match at the same time as casting, but yeah, seems like we're good to go. Alright. So just to go through the rules for TM Masters, how you play the tournament. It's 4 versus 4, and it's a best of 3. So it's pretty classic Trackmania rules for this tournament, in comparison to say ESL, which got more complicated rules. Alright, so first round has started now, and it's a very good start for Acer as Remix, JWH, and Cohen's are at the top. Ran from Lucky Sevens are up there though, and he is currently in second place but falling behind now. Sanyo with an inside line there, and that makes him advance a lot, so he's at second place, but this looks very good for Acer in the first round. All 4 players are at the top, only Ran for Lucky Sevens, and coming up to the ending here, and it's a top 4 for Acer. Remix with a 36.73, Sanyo 89, Cohen's with a 37.05, and JWH with a 37.06. So a good start for Acer in the first round. And as you can see, the maps are very short in this tournament, so that's also one thing that is different from, say, an ESL team tournament where the maps are usually around 1 minute. So these are a bit shorter. Oh, and someone fall behind there from Lucky Sevens. Max it was, yeah, and this, so many crashes. Ran crashing too, Carlos crashing, and JWH, but JWH passing all those Lucky Sevens players, and only Rumik remains. And at the top you can see that Sanyo, Remix, and Cones is at the top for Acer, so this looks like another Acer round. All Remix making a mistake just before the finish, but yeah, an easy round for Acer again. Coons with 36.84 time, and I can actually take a look at Denimania here, what the world record is. You can see that the world record is 36.41 by Acer Poker, so a pretty decent time there. And the score is 2-0 for Acer, and of course we're playing to 7, I forgot to mention that too. But yeah, again we can see here, oh, Coons falling behind there, and also Max from Lucky Sevens. But yeah, looks good again for Acer in the start. Carlos falling behind for Lucky Sevens too. Coons might catch up. Oh, Coons with a no slide there, so he went into the wall. But yeah, at the top we have JWH, Sanyo, and Remix. So this is looking like another Acer round. Very quick. Sanyo with a 36.70, Remix with a 36.88, and JWH with 37.04. And yeah, just faster times by the Acer players, and the Lucky Sevens players are just not at the same level, I suppose. Alright, fourth round. This is probably will be a very fast match actually, because yeah, not very close. So let's see here. Carlos is the only one that is up there for Lucky Sevens, but he falls behind, and yeah, this is not very close. Paran is at 5th place for Lucky Sevens, actually fell behind there, so yeah, all the Acer drivers are far ahead of the Lucky Sevens players. Carlos is the closest one, but he's just so far away. And at the times here, Remix sets at 36.60, Koons with 69, Sanyo 72, and JWH with 86. So very consistently fast by the Acer drivers, and the Lucky Sevens players, they need some kind of miracle to win this, and I don't think it will happen. Alright, next round, the 5th round, and yeah, not much different in this round. All the Lucky Sevens drivers are falling behind in the start, and at the top we have all 4 Acer players with Remix at the top, probably setting a nice time again here if he doesn't make a mistake. Nice turn there by JWH, so seems like he might get first place. Yeah, he will. 36.76 by JWH, 77 by Remix, 91 by Koons, and 37.09 by Sanyo. And the Lucky Sevens drivers are all about 1 second behind, I guess. A bit less than that. And the score is quickly 5-0 for Acer. We just need 2 more rounds to win this first map, which is pole dancing by Polium. I forgot to mention that. Alright, so Remix falls behind here, but all other Lucky 7 drivers have also fallen behind, and yeah, this is outstanding. It's not very close at all. Koons is at the top for Acer, but JWH with a nice last turn again, but oh, a mistake from JWH there, but yeah, it doesn't matter. Koons first, 36.72, Sanyo 36.93, JWH with a crash 37.06, and Remix 37.17. And the score is 6-0, and just 1 more round for Acer to take this first map. And of course it's a best of 3, but in the group stage you all play all 3 maps because every map counts then, so it's not exactly a best of 3, I guess. Alright, the next round looks the same. All the Acer drivers are ahead, you know, just after 10 seconds of the map, so it's not very close. Carlos here is far behind, early mistake from him. And at the top we have Remix, Sanyo, and Koons, who will take first place. Seems like it's Koons, and yes, 36.65 by Koons, Remix 36.70, Sanyo 82, and JWH takes 4th place, 37.21, and it's a quick 7-0 score for Acer on the first map. GG. Not very close. Let's see how the second map will be. So just a little break before that begins. Alright, so the second map will start now. It will be TMM Ost on Elvo by Thompson. So, stream watcher actually. He watches my stream sometimes when I practice. So yeah, we'll see if Lucky Sevens can have some more luck this time. Because the first map was not very close as Acer took a quick 7-0 win there. So yeah, let's see here, second map. And let's use camera 3 actually for this first round. And let's follow Acer Remix. First checkpoint, all Acer drivers are ahead of the 4 Lucky Sevens drivers. Cohen's catching Remix and passes him too. And at the back, Carlos has crashed here big time, and all 4 Acer players are ahead. So nothing has changed from the first map, and this looks like the first round will easily go to the Acer players as Kunz gets a Ramstein there actually. And falls behind the hit, but is still ahead of all the 4 Lucky Sevens drivers, and Remix makes a mistake too just before the finish, but still top 4 for Acer. Royal finishes first, 42.78. Epic 42.92, Kunz with a 43.07 with a crash, and Remix 43.74. And the Lucky Sevens drivers are driving a couple of seconds slower, which is not a good sign. Let's change to camera 1. And we can see the Dedimania here. The world record is by HPY Chronos, 42.33. So you can see that the Acer drivers are not far behind from the world record consistently. Alright, so second round. Carlos is the one that is... Oh, he crashes just as I switch to him. The commentator's curse. And Ran is the one now that is closest, but he makes a mistake too. And Rumik far behind the Acer drivers. Remix at the top. Epic with a nice car at second place makes a mistake just before the finish. Kunz as well with a mistake, but doesn't matter. Remix with a nice time, 42.57. And the 3 other Acer drivers are a bit further behind. Royal 43.00, Epic 43.52, and Kunz 43.59. And Lucky Sevens drivers 44.42 was the best time by Rumik. So pretty far behind, not very close. Round 3. And you can see just the first turn, all the Lucky Sevens drivers are behind the Acer players here. Carlos at last place, and that was not a good drift from him. And let's see, Ran is the one that is closest, or Paran actually. I said his name wrong, but he crashes just as I switch to him. Ooh, and he misses the checkpoint actually. He needs to go back. Yeah, this is not good for Lucky Sevens, that's for sure. He respawns. And yeah, Epic I think is the last from the Ace drivers, but he's far behind, ahead anyway. And all Ace drivers are 42 seconds into the finish, so Kunz with a 42.48, which is a very good time actually. It's almost top 30 Dedimania, so it's very good. And the score is quickly 3-0 for Acer on the second map. Of course, won the first map with 7-0, so let's see if Lucky Sevens can get 1 point at least on the scoreboard, but I think it will be extremely hard. You would need the Acer players to make some huge mistakes, but as you can see they are very close to each other here, and it doesn't look like they will make much mistakes. Usually these maps are pretty easy too, so it's kind of hard to crash that much. And ooh, actually Remix with a mistake there, so he falls behind. Parent can actually win versus Remix here. Let's see if he can do it. Looks like it, but maybe Remix with a good ending will catch up. No, he won't. Parent actually ahead of Remix there. I'm not sure if that's the first time a Lucky Sevens drivers is ahead of an Acer player in this match, but yeah, nice job by Parent there. Epic first place with a 42.86, Royal 42.93. Those were the 2 under 43, I think. So score is 4-0. And just 3 more rounds for Acer to secure the victory, but of course the third map will still be played because it is the group stage. Alright, so at the top Kunz and Remix. Remix passes Kunz there with a nice turn. Royal is last place for Acer here, as he's passing Epic there. Nice turn. And Paran is the best player here for Lucky Sevens. You can definitely tell that because he's consistently the one that is the closer. Whoa, super big mistake from Epic there, and I think Remix as well in the same turn just before the finish, and Paran and Max can pass them both just before the finish there. So, but still, this is a red round. The round score was 14 points for Lucky Sevens and 22 for Acer. But I think that was the closest round so far, after big mistakes from Epic and Remix. And I think Remix again with a mistake, this time in the very start. So he's at last place now. So if... oh, Epic! Whoa! He flips his car, but I think he landed on the right side, so he can continue the race. This might be a Lucky Sevens round, but Coons and Royal at the top for Acer here, so I think if they get first and second, this will still be a red round. And Remix, I think, is coming back here. Well, he's ahead of Paran at least, but Max, Carlos and Rumik. Rumik with a huge mistake into the wall, and that will cost Lucky Sevens so much. And Coons actually with the world record 42.30 at first place. Wow. Not often you see a world record in a match, but Coons 300 faster than Kronos time here, so that's impressive. Yeah, world record. Nice. And the score is 6-0, and just one more round for Acer to secure the victory. And there's nothing that says otherwise, as we see Carlos falling behind for Lucky Sevens. Rumik, Max and Paran is not that far behind, but Epic and Paran makes mistakes. Oh, and Rumik up to the pipe there. I don't know why he drove there. He loses a lot of time. But at the top we have Royal, Coons and Remix for Acer, looking to secure the victory. Just a couple of turns left here. One turn left. Will we see a mistake here? Oh yes, Royal clips the wall. But it doesn't matter. Coons first place again, 42.62. Remix 42.79. Royal with the crash, 43.45. And Epic 44.16. And the score is 7-0 again on the second map. GG. Alright, so another break now before the third map. The players will just do some warm-ups, and yeah, I'll be back shortly again. Alright, so we're jumping into the last map now, which is TMM Tomahawk by Hot Rod. And Hot Rod is of course the organizer of this tournament, so yeah. Last map. Acer already won the match with 2-0, but of course since it is the group stage, we play all 3 maps. Good luck, have fun in the chat, and we're ready to go. And the lineups for Acer: Royal, Sanyo, JWH and Remix. For Lucky Sevens, Max, Parent, Rumik and Carlos, so the same lineup for them. And who was that from Lucky Sevens? Carlos falls behind in the start, so not good. Remix, no, Sanyo with a huge mistake in the start. I didn't see that. He's 2 seconds behind the rest here, but still looking like an Acer round, as we have JWH and Royal at the top. JWH carrying the team here, and he takes first place, 34.95 by JWH, 35.11 by Royal. And after that we have, oh, it's a draw actually, because Max, Rumix, Parent and Carlos takes the next positions, and yeah, both players get 18 points in this round. And for the first time, well, Lucky Sevens didn't win a round, but at least they got a draw, so that's pretty good. And as we see Carlos fall behind again early in the next round. So again, not good for Lucky Sevens. Let's see if they can get an actual point on the scoreboard this time, but it doesn't look too good, as we have again JWH and Royal at the top, and Rumik is there, but he crashes into the wall, and Remix can pass him, and this will be top 4 for Acer. Royal takes first, 35.05, Sanyo 35.25, JWH 35.50, and Remix 36.00, and Rumik 10 hundredths behind. And yeah, the other players are from Lucky Sevens, too many mistakes. So the score is 1-0 for Acer. And I should mention that the world record on this map is 34.61 by Elite Only One. So here we go. Third round. And all Acer drivers are at the top. Paran is ahead of Remix, but I think he doesn't have enough speed here, so Remix will pass him. But it's still pretty close actually, as Paran is up there. Can he win against any of the Acer drivers? Last turn. Oh, JWH misses the finish. He takes the second finish instead. But doesn't matter, Acer still wins because top 3 are red. Parent with a pretty nice time, 35.22 there. So definitely the best player in Lucky Sevens. Ooh, Royal with an early mistake. Seems like the start of this map is pretty tricky, as we have seen some players make mistakes there. And Paran again at the top here for Lucky Sevens, but it's very, very hard to do anything here. JWH and Sanyo at the top, and Paran gets a Ramstein there, so Royal can pass him. Top 3 for Acer coming up to the ending here, this last turn. Paran will defeat Remix, so that's pretty good. JWH takes first place, 34.93, Sanyo 35.16, and Royal 35.23. Remix at last place with a 35.66. But doesn't matter, as Acer once again takes the round, and the score is 3-0. Ooh, Carlos again a mistake, and also Max, and Max even retires, so I guess he gave up already. And who was that for Acer? It was Remix with a mistake. Actually no, it was Sanyo. Yeah, Sanyo with a huge mistake for Acer. Ooh, and JWH, I think he drove into the pole there, so comes to a complete stop. And actually this might be a Lucky Sevens round, with Paran and Rumik as second and third. Let's see here. Royal takes first with 34.99, but then we have Paran and Rumik second and third. Remix takes fourth, and Carlos 5th. And Sanyo don't even finish the round, so both him and Max won't be finishing. And yeah, this is actually a Lucky Sevens round. So they are finally on the scoreboard at 3-1 for Acer. So let's see if they can win any more rounds. And let's see who will be the player that makes a mistake in the start. Oh, actually no one for once. First time no one makes a mistake there. But I believe Carlos still falls behind a bit. And oh, what's that? Remix! An unlucky border, but he still passes Carlos here. So he's not last. But at the top we have Sanyo and JWH once again. Paran is driving pretty good for Lucky Sevens, but it's just not enough. I believe this will be an Acer round if top 2 is Acer. Nice time by JWH, 34.85, and Sanyo with a 35.04. And then we have Paran, 35.25, Max with a 35.55, and Rumix 35.61. And Carlos will manage to finish. No, the timer goes out and he's unable to finish. And Acer takes the round with a score difference of 15-20. So 5 more points for Acer there, and the score is 1-4. Just 3 more rounds for Acer, and Royal with a mistake again at the start. So it's at last place, but nice turn there, passes Carlos. And at the top it's a very close. JWH though once again in the lead. And Sanyo does a bad turn there, and Remix and Paran passes him. So I have no idea who will finish. But actually this will be a top 3. No, Paran passes Remix with 100 just before the finish. But still, JWH takes first, Sanyo second, Remix fourth, and Royal fifth. So definitely an Acer round once again. The score is 1-5 for Acer. So 2 more rounds to go to win the match. And Carlos once again falls behind for his team in the start. Seems like he hasn't really figured it out. Sanyo with a nice time, only 900s behind the world record. Ooh, huge mistake from Max here for Lucky Sevens. And coming up to the ending, Sanyo will take first place, and behind him we have JWH and Royal, and Remix takes the 5th place, and this is once again an Acer round, and score is 1-6. Just 1 more round for Acer. So will this be the last round of the match? No mistake from any players, I believe. Yep, Max makes a mistake there. Not in the very start, but a couple of turns later. Remix falls behind as well. Almost doesn't make the jump there, so he loses additional time because he has to adjust his line a lot. So, but that was a nice turn from Remix, and he almost passes Max. Let's see if he can do it. Another nice turn from Remix. At the top we have Sanyo and JWH, so this looks like another Acer round. Yes, top 3 Acer, and the match is over. GG. So Acer wins this first group stage match in the TM Masters 2013 against Team Lucky Sevens with a score of 7-0, 7-0, 7-1. So Lucky Sevens got 1 round at least. But yeah, so the match is over now, and thanks for watching, everyone. It was a pretty short match, and it wasn't very close either. But yeah, and next week I'm not sure who we will play against. Let me check. But I will be casting that one as well. I will be casting all our group stage matches. So let's see here. Just checking the group. We're playing against IGN next week, so yeah, tune into that if you want. But yeah, not much else to say other than thanks for watching, and see you next time.